Firmly on their brow at this point, 1-0 up in the series, and Overpass is where Heroic will be looking to respond. It's their map pick, let's see if they can justify it. We're getting straight into the action. It does look like a bit of a deviation from the norm. 3 CTs, and I think they might be heading down lower, so they'll be able to react quickly if they wrap short. They're going Monster though. They'll be quick there, straight into the site. Dupree spotted out, baiting in for the alternative.
They retake.
Trying to get out of there in time. They're coming in from Monster. They're not going to be ready for this. Shush will call it. A lot of resistance. Bomb to go down. Zipex, however, peppering them. The bomb does manage to get planted. And now playing for that retake. One from Heaven. Rest advancing from the Monster side. It's going to be hard to find afterplant positions here. Not bad from Tessus at all. Hard strike from the range with the Glock. Tagged up one. They're already on the defuse. He should be able to deny it, but it's not going to be easy. Oh, what a shot. Back of the dome. One bullet. Where did he get his Glock from?
Time's a problem.
He's got the long barrel on it. If he does it again, they're trying to body block it. They're trying to body block it. Can he do it? I don't know if he can. It looks like Stoun's forced him off. And Heroic will take it in the end. That one was completely topsy-turvy.
Oh my dear Lord, you can hear the yells getting started there from Heroic out the gates because that was looking dicey. That was looking very, very dicey.
That was not an easy shot to hit, and combined with his powers with Stoun on for the other side of the map, they managed to shut down that Astralis. Very, very interesting shape-up. This was Tessus' first shot, I believe. Actually, no, he's already knocked Bubsky off after that. So it was Stoun that did it.
Here that stops the
You see the defuse in the top left. Takes his time onto Dupree and then knocked them off. Look at this force. It's got a little bit of a different look to it. Double scout.
Yeah, don't mind double scouts on a map like Overpass here, especially if Glaive is given some opportunities to tag them up. But once that first bullet is shot, they will know it's in play. And look at Stoun. He's just keeping this pace here, straight up towards Sandbags, peppering damage down on towards the B site. Dupree chipped away. Zipex has been tagged as well. And aggressive stuff here from Heroic.
Yeah. They fire off 2 AK-47s on short immediately.
They're going to be smoked off, yeah. I think that will force them back, or they can just wait. There's so much time on the clock right here. One more smoke remaining for Zipex to lob on out and be able to re-smoke that monster position, but Glaive, that is huge. A scalp to find for free right there, and considering the damage that we can see, the man advantage means everything to Astralis. Surely not another 4-spy win.
This would be such a quick removal of all the wind in the sails of Heroic's pistol. Tries to swing in to punish. No one's home. Evades the nade. Cadian, what are you doing? Caught with his knife out. Shush defends him. They'll have to chop and change, yeah. But regardless, good timing from Bubsky, just unable to finish the job with that Mag 7. Dupree. And crazy things on this map with that Deagle. Refresh, however, makes short work of Glaive. They're tagged up and now body bagged as well. 20 seconds, no one to contest. And so Magisk, he's very happy to have found an AK-47, there's no doubt about that.
I'm sure I'd like to hold on to this as well here. Shush is trying to make sure he can't get away easily, and Cadian's even starting to have a look in. Shush has been great. Big kill for him. AK denied. Astralis will not have anything going into round 3 of play, and we should see the full eco come on through. Heroic, again, a little bit shaky for moments there, but they stabilize. They course correct, and they set themselves up nice here in the second map, first half. You can't invest anything right now if you are Astralis. 5 USPs, not a single penny spent. These should be the easiest rounds. If you're Heroic, you want to keep this to as few casualties as possible. Triple boost over here towards Graffiti might get a little bit cheeky. But we can note, take a look at the radar top left of the screen. Cadian and Stoun are making their way up long with the bomb. Shush is dealing with that connector aggression. Tessa's over towards Fountain, and Refresh in the backyard covering the B push. So at this point, no danger of falling foul to that triple stack. If they just continue this creep, this crawl, they'll get into a free A bomb site. Glaive's the closest member, and he's over towards Connector, just having glances every now and again. That utility spells a little bit of trouble.
Still 2-party.
They're in the side. They can just plant.
There you go, bomb's going to be going down. Nothing Astralis can really do to say or have anything to say about this. Glaive is in toilets, and that's going to be changed to past 10 very shortly. Cadian gets a good glimpse of a lot of them there in pockets 1200. Not going to be too upset that he's foregone that Mach 10 coming into the next gun round.
Yeah, he will be able to get himself that AWP, no dramas whatsoever. Looking very good heroic here going into the first gun round. Same really can't be said for Astralis. Might be a few omissions in their CT-sided purchase for round number 4. Magic's seeing if he can keep this one costly. Shush's decapitated another. There you go. Magic's looking good. Bit of a bonus there. AK picked up. How much more damage can he do? That'll be nothing. Down finishes off the round. And the logical conclusion. So 2 kills. Look, it wasn't hugely costly, but still have to be some reinvestments here. Glaive into the AWP immediately again. Not Dupree.
He's not shy.
No, and look, he, like we mentioned earlier, he looked handy with it, right? There was no dramas with it on Dust 2. Had a couple of nice rounds.
Yeah, he looked nice on it on Inferno as well. I mean, you saw him defending that B site. Definitely seems to have an affinity for it. Doesn't look too uncomfortable with it. Admittedly, trying to force the issue on his T side a bit, but that's what you'd hope to see if in the absence of device.
They're just feigning a default control over towards A here, so they extinguished the Molotov, they threw out some nades, and now they're pivoting straight back towards this B bomb site.
The boost, and it will be flashed off, so Bubsky should have info as soon as he takes another look. Vision's restored. Nobody's home. That smoke, yeah, Zipex is going to lock him out. So a 3-2 split of their defensive resources. Starting to crawl now. This is the push. Looking for contact and just dropping off in time. Good damage. Wallbangs coming in. Dupree sees him, knocks him down. 2 already for Astralis. Heroic kept at bay. And a smoke could lock him out again. They can't disrespect that. Magic's could come all the way around the world. He's locked them down. They won't be able to lead through Monster. A great wallbang connection has at least closed the gap to 1.
Oh, it looks like they might want to fall back here. Magic's could have a couple.
Yeah, Shush isn't going to consider it. He has to. Trigger discipline considered. Magic punishes, and now 2 versus 4. They're boosting. It's already been considered and sprayed. Grenade off. No sound cue required, but Glaive and Bubsky will divide themselves evenly. We'll have them both on A. Zipex and Magisk posted up on B. Oh. Spots him. Nice find from Cadian. I don't think Glaive can stop it unless the wallbang's there. It's a safe plant. Got ourselves what could very well shape up to be a 2v4. Nice from Glaive. Patient on the trigger. Cadian anticipates 1. Does eliminate Magisk. 2 more to find. Bomb planted for him.
No kit.
But Glaive's posted up on that wall. Tries to swing out. It wasn't a bad shot. And it will go Astralis' way. So into the first gun round and already flying the Astralis flag.
Yeah, knew of that gap that they'd left open there. Bubsky got his head ripped off. I think he's going to be feeling pretty hard done by that because they played that one very, very well. And you could see the timing that Heroic tried to pip there, just walking up the sandbags on a bit of a contact play. The flash was coming in, and that's why you saw Refresh turn away, because he'd spotted him. He would have just wanted to go for that kill, but I think his team was throwing a flash to help initiate this push. So a little bit caught between 2 mines right there. And you could see just taking his time, making sure that that was all he could get. We get back underway here.
Those shoulder rubs are important.
Keeping him relaxed.
Loved seeing Malek's support. When G2 were, down in the dumps, he was right there behind him, trying to rally his boys in the face of defeat and adversity.
He's got that proud dad aura, doesn't he?
That's exactly the perfect way to put it. So, see Astralis putting a lot of accentuation on that monster control, re-smoking prior to the other's fade. They don't want a second of vision for the T's early. And Zipex is playing with fire. Does that mean he wants to kind of lurk? They might want to... Bubsky could flash him. They wouldn't, though. That's not...
No, I think he's just... If there's an explosion, he'll be ahead of the flash. They can re-smoke this now.
That's 3.
Glaive has 1. He can do it from A. But at this point, they're coming up towards B. And Magisk has taken away so much space again. Here we go.
Here comes Shush, looking for some damage. Straight in, good flashes. But again, Zipex with a white screen. No issue. And again with the double. Stown trying to return the favor. Not bad. Good damage, but not enough. And now a 1v4. Cadian handed an impossible task. especially with the Galil. Magis confirms our suspicions, and Astralis break the boys of Heroic.
Here's one of the things that Heroic aren't getting right now, and the big word is respect. They're not getting any respect. The fact that Magic is able to push and do that 2 rounds in a row, he is not respecting their feigns for defaults over towards A whatsoever. He's locking this in. He's giving them so much extra information. Sure, Astralis are aware that there are possible avenues that could be slipped to get on towards that A bomb site, but they're more than happy to do that. And Heroic are just going for these contact plays, trying to explode on in, and they're getting absolutely decimated right now.
I know there isn't a stat of like kills while blind, at least not easy to dig up, but that would be really interesting to me. I feel like Astralis have had an absurd amount of them.
This is wild. The AWP getting force bought into here. I don't think Cadian's going to find himself an opportunity with this 4-man boost. The train will pass. His ticket has been punched.
Oh, and this is the complete opposite. They're not feigning that control. No one's taken it, admittedly, this time.
They don't even need a jump peek because we could just see Dupree was already pushed all the way out here. So now Cadian, the only man, has to work with this AWP. He does have some upgraded pistols around him, a Deagle and a P250, but it's all on Cadian. He needs to find an opening here. Lots of pressure on the in-game leader to come up for his team. And they've just crossed in time. Zipex has been able to get over towards... Oh, he's actually jiggling between the 2 feet spotted. Cadian down to 24. Zipex, he's not worried about this whatsoever, just taking some fights.
Yeah, understandably so when he's expecting just pistols. But little does he know, he's just taken down the prize winner. Tags down the AWPer to 20 HP. Flash in hand.
Cadian has to be so careful. A stray bullet, he's dead.
What are they supposed to do with this? Chance, good chance. Bubsky's head is plucked from his shoulders, and Refresh has found another just on the Glock. Weapons retrieved, space found, only Dupree. Nice finish onto Cadian. He's no longer a threat. Excuse me, that was Refresh, and still more. It's only Tessus, and he'll do it with the USP. Dupree shrugs off what little remains of Heroic.
Oh, wow. That investment there from Heroic as well. They put a lot into that, considering the AWP. Now, we know Cadian can operate in these rounds with lower buys. You get a Tech 9, a Deagle, something of the sorts. But still, they were hoping to get at least a bomb plant there, so not picking that up. It's 3 on the trot now from Astralis, and they've got themselves a double AWP. Dupree's picked up that one off of the corpse of Cadian. Almost feels like a free upgrade from the MP9 with a couple of kills into an AWP. That's profit if I've ever seen it.
Yeah. And Astralis, they're showing us their map diversity here. Every single game we've seen a new map out of them. So far, 100% conversion. IEM Cologne 2021.
Double AWPs defending this A bomb site. Dupree and Glaive paired on up. Glaive to deal with Long, Dupree in the bathrooms, looking towards Connector as well. Front of those bathrooms about to be smoked. You can see that sailing through the sky there from Stound's POV. That is a long-range Molotov towards Divider as well. And the crawl, well, this is different. Heroic haven't done this level of default, at least with the players behind it up until this point. And it's been red. Bubsky's rotated over towards A. Magisk and Zipex there towards B.
It's quite apparent.
They're reading this very well.
There should be a flash. If not, Glaive is in a prime position. The smoke on instead. Cadian will throw one out. Got a strong arm on him. Nice and smoke. Look at that. He threw that all the way from back playground. It does deny Dupree's line, but they might want to boost. 2 AWPs on top of each other. A totem pole. A very expensive one at that. Nothing but information for Astralis. They don't spot a thing. And after all of that hard work, Heroic look to be returning to the unknown.
And that's where Zipex and Magis still are. Bubsky's now rotated back over towards this side. Astralis are not worried at all. This business that Heroic are doing is not fooling anybody.
Yeah, and they've thrown that smoke that divides this site. Enables Zipex to hold this line with confidence. And they've only got 15 seconds, Chad. I'm nervous. They really are going to struggle here. They need some hero moments out of their riflers. A chance. 8 seconds, still no plant. Bubsky standing, destroys them. It's too easy. No resistance. And Cadian so late to the party. Maybe one on the way out, but that's nothing. Astralis will take that any day of the week.
Heroic are just not convincing at all right now. There's no threat. They're not finding any picks. They're not doing any damage. Astralis can just sit back and wait. They're just having a field day, this one right now. Reading them a bit like a children's book. Big, beautiful, colourful pictures.
Yeah. What, about the dog and the big red ball?
Yeah, like this is not a bedtime story that I think Heroic were hoping to get read here this evening. Cadian no loss bonus, and he was already in the dumps, right? Because he had that AWP earlier, so now he's carried across a Deagle, some armor, and he's bought a smoke, so now he has no funds whatsoever. It is still very early stages here.
Yet to be convinced, though. And I think it's easy to look at the 4-3 and think, okay, game time. Don't forget that was pistol and it's following 2.
Yeah. And we all know what happens when you win that 4 spot. That third is almost a guarantee. They did it in one of the cleanest way possible. But look at this, 9 seconds. Like, they're only getting the kills at this juncture. And then the bomb planter has to run in to try and get it down, but there's just no cover. No cover indeed.
Double AWPs. Didn't really get activated in the previous, didn't need to. Glave's going for a very aggy line. Oh, and it's been rewarded. He might even stick around for more. Sjuush, first to fall. Options limited now. You don't really want to walk back into Glaive. You don't have the util to force him off. You're going to have to opt for long, and that is where our second AWP comes into play.
Oh, dupreeh just about clears it. Now he does. They're just getting beat down here.
I think he spotted the bomb there. That was Tessus. He spotted the bomb out for Shizzle.
It has forced a bit of a rotation here. Ooh, even more info as they jump back. So dupreeh can communicate all of this. It's felt a bit more threatening, this one. At least they, you know, they get into some pressure points.
And they have, at this point in time, actually managed to force that third man over to A. So only, quote unquote, only Magis can, that'll do. Gets his info on a jiggle, no resistance or threat. Got a smoke and a flash.
Yeah, if they pivot back up through bathrooms, Bubsky's actually quite aggressive here now as well. So he's going to get a lot of early info with the sound cues. He's perfectly placed.
Here they come. Knocks down another. Is he going to be able to get into the side? Yeah.
Do they flood their own smoke and smoke themselves off a divider right there?
So sure, bomb's loose already. That's something, but too far gone. Just a shooting gallery for the boys of Astralis. 5. Now then, very quiet over on the heroic camp, and Astralis have been nothing but respectful. It's not like they've been hooting and hollering.
Yeah.
It's just a day in the office for them.
I'm a little bit perplexed right now what we're seeing out of Heroic, right? Because they haven't even established like a full-on default to any point. We've seen 2 contact plays. We've seen 1 attempt to go over towards A with a default that then pivoted back late into a B stack. And now we finally see a full gun round where Refresh has no utility. So how are they going to operate with this? They need to find an opening pick here. It's going to be the default spread.
Ooh, bit aggressive. Out of Magisk, he's spotted out and will fall before vision returns. This is it. This is exactly what you were just asking for. Heroic have got themselves the man advantage.
And now, in theory, they should be able to play with these rotations. They should be able to force Astralis over the map, push them around, put them in a position where they second guess, have to gamble stack. He's going for aggression, Bubsky? Yeah. Are you mad?
This is kind of crazy, actually. He's actually taken one with him. Not too shabby. It's information. It should enable a rotate as well. This is a bit more like Heroic's cup of tea now, though. Seeing Tessus on long fills me with hope, fills me with glee.
dupreeh has a good idea, though.
Oh, no. Oh, he's just been caught, and there's nothing else to report. They'll suspect B. dupreeh's pushing for more info. It enables Glaive to post up. This is such a perfect line. He wants more. Peeks into Cadian. That's cost him. Only Zipex now on the site, stands his ground and fights his way out. Just Sjuush, and he's been spotted as well. There's time. Sjuush can think this one through. 1v2. Zipex on site. dupreeh last seen on A. Damage as well inflicted. Zipex is down. Down to 22 for Sjuush as well. 1 bullet from the pistol could finish it, and that's the Desert Eagle, no less. AWP on his back, won't be needing that. 11 frags for dupreeh already here at round 9. It could very well be 12 in a matter of seconds. Sjuush looking towards heaven. Ooh. dupreeh does not take contact. Sjuush has thrown out the molly. Yeah, he knows where he's coming from. And easy as that. 1 to the spine, 6 for Astralis, and Heroic still yet to make a peep after those first 3.
If Sjuush didn't throw that Molotov, dupreeh was about to go back up through connector, assuming it was going to be an A play. And the fact that dupreeh was even thinking that Sjuush would have had any idea where he was in that situation was wild. So right there, Astralis grabbing another round in a row, and this was all down to Zipex. It's like Glaive's death baited them into Zipex's off angle here. Bang, bang. The all gets it done. And this is looking like a very comfortable Astralis here.
Very, very comfortable.
Well, they've been able to scrap together something that resembles a buy, but a UMP for Cadian, a Galil with no utility at the moment for Refresh, and very light for everybody else. 3 smokes, a handful of flashes, and as we talk through that utility, it's already being lobbed on out. They're going to try one of these contact plays again. dupreeh posted up towards Divider, Magis down towards Connector. They have to get past dupreeh here.
flaming hot. He actually tags him up there. He lives on. And Magisk advancing to finish the job. Does end Shush. And now Heroic can't really consider that rotate. You know Magisk is through the underpass. That option is completely null and void. It'll have to be A or round the world. Cadian, only a UMP. The nade does chip away at him. Glaive playing a dangerous game here. Wants to be able to turn that flash should it come in. Still has his vision, ready to challenge. He suspects Cadian's presence, and another far too easy collection. 3 remain. They need to get in. Dupree's knocking him for 6. It's only a couple of them now. Refresh and Stown. Young Guns, and they're looking good for this. Starting to turn it around. They've equalized. 24. Not in a rush to plant, understandably so. Optimus the safe haven. Damage inflicted. Refresh will get it down, but he's got more than just a bomb. Oh, Zipex finishes it with ease. And now we're really cooking with gas. Astralis already with 7. They're 1 away from winning this half. Right in the early stages. Heroic absent, and that will be timeout number 2 immediately called.
They're just not getting any of the space that they traditionally would to be able to play these tricky mid-rounds. They're just not getting any of it. And when they did, and you were getting excited by TeSeS' long presence, and for good reason, that is normally where we see Heroic doing their best stuff. They have one player on the other side of the map, they're able to keep them busy, they get a kill, they draw the rotations, they open that gateway to the other bomb site, and Heroic win a miracle round with the last 10 seconds. At the moment, they're not winning opening fights, they're not being able to trade, they're not getting space to play the mid-round. They're just getting absolutely owned right now.
And it's like Astralis have definitely, like within that little Zonic landscape paper as we discussed, I imagine something about aggression, something about just getting in their face. We saw Bubsky pushing short in a 3v5. We've seen that peek from Dupree, readily available, ready to take it.
2 rounds of Magisk pushing behind them and
That's
locking
a great
them in
example.
on those contact B plays as well. Astralis are not afraid to take the fights here.
Magisk just then pushing up connector.
They're loving this, Astralis.
Is that double? Going to be extinguished regardless. Just a flash and incendiary.
This is another new look. Magisk tucked in towards the tree at long, so he can push if there is contact over towards this B bomb site. There's Cadian again with another rubbish buy. The poor guy. Well,
he's been out of
falling
sync
these rounds.
Ever since that, like we saw the Deagle.
He's that one guy in
that hero warp, yeah.
He keeps buying when everyone else is on eco.
Oh, that does trigger me.
Well, they're going to try and get out long with a run boost here. Magisk is set up perfectly for this. He might have even heard that.
Look at his passive stance. Now steps in. I can't believe he's not dead. Finally caught through that tree. And Zipex, this is the perfect weapon for this angle. You'll be able to see those tippy toes descend the stairs. Ready for that left swing as well. Knows you can jump across the line. He's anticipated as such. But here comes Refresh's challenge. Holding the line. Focused. Controls the spray. Oh, Zipex! He dinks another as well. That's round winning. Just like that. The Org, the perfect weapon for the job, and Zipex clearly the perfect player. 12. Early into this overpass, Heroic, they're starting to, Google the lower bracket, trying to work out what on earth's coming next, because this is falling apart so fast.
Well, this is on Glaive. They're faking B. They're heading back towards A. All 3 of them coming in now.
Glaive on the AWP. A little bit of a shy of the mark there, but it may not cost him as he finds the healthy Cadian. The rest have only got pistols and recovered AWP now. Do 2 frags for TeSeS, and he's gone. Shush to plant. He can run him down, and he will with the pre-fire. This is just too easy for Astralis. They win the CT half already. 8 already in the bank for the Kings of Denmark.
Another opening again, right? Heroic have been gifted a couple of those. Think about the round where Magisk pushed out Fountain and he died to TeSeS. This time round, TeSeS gets him dead again at long. So they're operating one more time with a number advantage. But the fact that Zipex gets 2, make it almost 3 over towards that monster position, changes the entire tide of the round.
Oh,
they're just not going the 1-for-1. They go the 1-for-1 there. Okay, they keep going B, but they don't. Well, then they have to pivot. They have to move around.
This is...
Yeah, it's just going way too easy. Way, way too easy.
It's flying past. Okay, back into the action then for round 12. Is that really half health for Refresh already? The wallbang just down as well on his short pipe. Both of those M4s just rattled 100 damage into the Heroic side.
Oh, and the door's just been broken off as well over there towards Connector, so Going to be operating with that one wide open for the remainder of this round here. Utility coming out to plays, and there we go, another opening. This time Glaive's down.
And two, both the AWPers fall. Shush has given Heroic just a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Expect a bit of a gamble now out of Astralis. Just dumping his util here. He's missed his molly. Pushing in regardless. Spots out Magic's got the Optimus. What a shot! And just, oh my god, Shush. 4 frags. Heroic call upon the superstar, it seems. It's going to be all on to Bubsky. They are still coming into his domain, so he will have a chance to voice his concerns. There's so much more than he expected, though, and that's something out of Shush, isn't it? Not only the first two, definitely catches Glaive unawares, but the rest, they were looking for him.
Fantastic shooting here.
Look at this onto Zipex. Like the first two, look at this. Dupree looking for him. Scoped up, just quicker on the trigger, but that's
huge. That's huge stuff. And the awareness there for Magisk as well. Great stuff from Shush. Shush, over these 2 maps we've had so far, in terms of his entries, he's been fantastic with the multi-kills, right? Not just one and done, but a couple of rounds where he's had 2, and this time with 4. And that has done a lot to Astralis. The ramifications here are quite large, actually, down to just pistols here. And Heroic are given an opportunity to start building a half again, but it feels like we're having that same conversation as Inferno. And meanwhile, Glaive takes down Cadian. He was all the way back over towards the T stairs. Just had his head ripped off by the Deagle.
He's feeling himself. Oh, he's even got a lovely line. Come on now, Glaive. You're not allowed to hit stuff like that. Fortunately for Heroic, he hasn't. But Tessus catches a glimpse and a good headshot, but maybe baiting in for Zipex. Clears it as well. Good find from Tessus. Not falling foul to any of this funny business. Now the rest should just be a formality.
Yeah, really at this point, they can just group up, trade out. They know where Glaive is, still staying around that divider position, and Shush continues to produce. So Glaive falls, and now it will just be a 2-on-4. Bubsky is flanking here. Have they left the weapon on the ground? They have indeed. That is a beautiful little find right there, and maybe even he can find Shush.
He's looking, and he's loud. Shush ready. Was he? He's not ready at all, actually. Tags him up. Baits him in. Nice find from Shush to secure it.
Yeah, now it's just Dupree on the site here. There's still plenty of time, so even if Tessus takes contact, the bomb can just head over there towards the B site. Doesn't even need to happen, and now 8-5. Okay, well, what looked too easy for Astralis for a while there is now, again, quickly making me eat my words. All out for Glaive. Utility looking good. Timeout taken here from Astralis, and well, why not? Why not? They haven't used one just yet.
Zonix just thanking his lucky stars that Heroic got 5.
Yeah, avoid the 11-4.
Avoid the 11-4.
2 more rounds here that Astralis will be able to net and potentially put in that bank balance. And I'm sure they'd love that. Walk into the second half, the T side, a map they used to be very, very handy on with a 5-round buffer. It's also given a bit of time for Heroic to have some conversations, to fire up the troops. Build a little bit of a bank here, so even if they lose round number 14, they will be able to buy in the last round of play, round number 15. Should be looking flush. And here we go. Finally, it feels like we have a full, proper gun round out of Heroic here. Everybody with AKs, everybody with full util.
But let's see if that opening frag trend continues, or if Heroic can bucket. Because even when they have found that opening kill, it's been too easy for Astralis to pull it back with a multi of their own. Magisk flashed in, this time no resistance. He'll be able to slink his way towards that playground. And God, he is taking some liberties. Flash spotted. Tessus, this has to be yours. Magisk damage, not enough. Good find, not the double. Zipex keeps him honest. Tessus tagged, man advantage for Heroic, but that bomb is loose. They're fully committed to the short side, and this boost, they're looking the right way.
Catch 2 here.
Good. So many bodies. The info's there. Looking to reposition. Dupree claws it straight back into an even keel. Baits the shot, can drop the smoke. Okay. Glaive from that underpass, and that door is blown off, so he can actually be a threat to short. Walking into the line, Zipex thrives in this angle, and again, with more impact. They come to his site, he's always taking 2, and he's done it again. There might be a third on the cards here for Zipex. Stown denies. Dupree's still sticking around this site. Waiting for that sound cue. Stown thinking about it. Oh, spotted out now. Not an easy exchange, not an easy duel. Lost Glaive in the process. The 1v2 quickly becomes a duel. Stown, Dupree, oh, not enough bullets. Needed one more. Head in hands, and Heroic find their voice. Took him a while. But after 8 consecutive rounds from Astralis, we were at 3-0, 8-3. We could be wrapping this one up and putting a bow on it at 8-7.
Not again. We had that happen in the first half of Inferno as well. Astralis, look, they have won the half. They should be very happy with that. But to finish the tail end here, just with a couple of MP9s, Deagles, and that one M4, not going to be the easiest round to apply their trade. Standard stuff, 2 towards A, 3 towards B, and finally Heroic with a bit of a spring in their step. Door blown off. Questions asked as both A defenders are playing over towards this connector, so using these lower weaponry up close and personal. And Heroic are just waiting to see what gets thrown their way. It doesn't look like they're in too much of a rush right here. Shush and Stown locking down connector. Smoked off that door. One less thing to worry about.
Oh, Magic, he's gonna burn. What's the response? What's he supposed to do? Die? Yeah, okay. A little late on that one. Glaive fannying around, but has responded in kind. Nearly a chance at a second as well. But attempted aggressions leaves Heroic with the man again. MP9 certainly not the best weapon for the job. Certainly not to hold A. Refresh catching Dupree. Good control. So yeah, that 8-7 does loom.
It's just crazy. This was looking like, you know, Heroic were all sorts. They weren't looking themselves. Any of their little maneuvers, their mid-round just weren't playing on out. Have Shush step up with that massive 4K.
Yeah, I mean, that was impossible to account for.
Now this is a 2v4. Heroic, regroup, trade out, win the round. That's the story here, but they're currently spread out, so opportunities are given to Astralis right now.
And Zipex, they know exactly where you are. Testis is very ahead of the pack, so he should have the element of surprise here. Zipex may even have his knife out, and he does. Testis strafes out. Ooh, gives him a chance. Testis fumbling a little bit, but there it is, 8-7. Okay, Heroic will take that any day of the week. And you boys should stay tuned. We'll be separating the two of them and finding out if we even need a third. Trying to lock in one of these teams.
Hey Future Pros! Today I thought I'd teach you all how to do the famous quad boost on Overpass. To execute this boost, you must have 5 Future Pros and 1 AWP. Future Pro number 1, you have the easy job. All you have to do is run and stand in this spot. Future Pro number 2, you will have to jump onto the head of Future Pro 1 by jumping from the railing. Future Pro number 3, now that Future Pro 2 is nice and situated, you can now jump onto their head by also jumping from the railing. This is higher than 2 people, so you'll be sliding when you jump onto their heads. Make sure you are sliding into the wall and try not to slip off. Future Pro number 4, your job is to get Future Pro 5 on top of everybody else's head. You need to crouch down and let Future Pro 5, FP5, hop onto your head and get in their spot. Lucky Future Pro number 5, you actually get to shoot something. Hop on top of your teammate's head and you should easily be able to jump on top of everybody else's. You will also be sliding when up there, but you should be able to make it around the corner while sliding into the wall. Now you'll have a clear vision to a few spots on B, so take your time and place your shot. Happy boosting.
8-7 on the half, and it's been frustrations, it's been tantrums, and so far a stabilization from Heroic. It did look like dire straits. 8-3 down. Shush steps up in the biggest way he possibly could. 4 kills, and puts his team back into a chance at striking while the iron was hot. Does mean we've got a competitive one, but this was exactly the same set of circumstance we found ourselves on Inferno. In fact, the same words leaving my mouth, and then Astralis happened. We'll see if this head-to-head continues to have some twists and turns. One expert believes Astralis has the advantage. We've seen a P250, double smoke and double flash. Jakey on the observing. And it looks like these CTs want to contest here. Bubsky is going to be walked in on. Cadian makes a real meal out of that. A full 12-bullet attempt. But he does knock Bubsky down eventually. They're ready to contest this. I wonder if they even want to swing. They've been quite loud about it. Magic's going to drop a smoke to get evacuate, and now more fights. That's the bomb, and Refresh has found the crucial frag of this pistol. If Heroic win both pistols, should be on for something. Both of them had their knife out. He's got 5 bullets left to work his magic, and he has taken a second. This was their chance. Cadian recovers it, converts his second. Smoke to be recovered if he desires. Couldn't seem to find it. But at least the bomb is within their grasp, and they've got 60 seconds, so a very high octane and high stakes 2v2.
This has really fallen apart here for Heroic. It started so well. And now they're getting played with. Magisk and Zipex both making their way through the upper part of the bathrooms here, just checking if everybody's close. They're going to find a timing. Going to be able to make it all the way into the site if they'd like. And in the meantime, Heroic are looking elsewhere. Shush down through Connector. They've completely lost where the Astralis members are. Now, if they continue this jaunt in towards the A site, they can plant safe and then have full control. Both of the Heroic members are now making their way down Connector. If the bomb gets planted now, they don't even know which side it's at.
Yeah, Magisk has cleared bank, so they can plant bank side. Look, he's not going to plant until Magisk clears bin. Gets the go-ahead.
Well, they know now. They need to get a move on, and very, very quickly. The Glock comes into play for Zipex here. It's going to be perfect. Magisk has that P250. Sure, there's a smoke from Shush, but they don't have a kit to go with it.
What's Magisk up to? He's really having a look. It is that bankside plant, so understandably they want to be separate. Util to be deployed
halfway
now.
Ticked.
Yeah, becoming an issue. They don't really have a kit for this. They don't have the time for this. Magisk to flash for the first sound. Sails into the sky now. They're on it. They need to contest it. No, forces them off the fight. I don't think they've got time now. It's just Cadian. He doesn't. And it started so well for Heroic. A knife kill out of nowhere. Charges straight in. Pockets himself an extra 1,500. And Heroic will not be taking both pistols on their map pick.
Oh, it looks so good. It's just another round here that seems to just fall apart from Heroic. Their mid-round tricky business that they're normally getting away with.
When?
Yeah, when these two individuals run with their knives out. Hello, Dupree. He has no dramas whatsoever. Sure, lots of bullets to convert the frags, but he gets them nonetheless, and that is what throws the round into absolute turmoil. They go through long, they stay as far to that left-hand wall as possible, and now, well, Heroic, look at this buy. It's conservative.
Oh, they're so quick. Dupree's going to farm. That's 1,200 already.
Yeah, just really, really strange mistakes coming out of Heroic today. Not normally things that we'd be attesting to their name.
Yeah, like uncharacteristic Heroic rounds all over the shop.
They get away with a lot, right? Normally online they would get away with a lot, and you hear people talk about them, how aggressive they are. But their aggressive maneuvers on their CT side of Inferno was working quite well for them when they had to go for that little bit of a pace change.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to fare for them here on a map like Overpass. Only a matter of time until Stown will find himself getting farmed on up. There's only one AK to find anyway, and he would love to be able to get that one. Not to be the case. Long-range UMP. And that eco, what that tells Astralis is they're up against the rifles now. Right? They know that this is going to be the purchase coming on through. Cadian into an AWP early. Will be a glass cannon for him. Famis's for the likes of Shush and Refresh. Tessa's yet to buy. He could buy an M4 if he'd like. Util will be light, though. That's one of the things you have to note. It's actually going to be an AUG, so Tessa's can use that at range. And these SMGs can shred the heads of 4 Heroic members. Cadian without any Kevlar whatsoever. And no head armor for Stown, Shush, and Tessa's. It's just Refresh who's invested in that bad boy.
Okay, this is interesting. Heroic really need to convert this one and cleanly if they want to dig themselves straight back out of this hole they've been thrust into. Double molly toilets on that divider.
Looks like they're going to go back and clear long now with Glaive and Magisk.
Okay, so Flash should catch Cadian's AWP. He's still got vision. And just like that, Magisk falls. Weapons to be recovered, but that's exactly what Heroic wanted to start with. Wow, that's what we're talking about. That headshot instantly removes Tessus from the equation. A weapon to be retrieved for sure. FAMAS likely more sought after than that MAC-10.
They will be able to get, I think it was an AUG that Tessus had there, and as well as that, there was an AK that was dropped off of Magic's body towards long. So they're upgrading these very, very quickly to more potent looking rifles. The reposition of Cadian is now over towards bathrooms with Stown. So still in tandem. More sound indications towards long, and Zipex is just keeping them busy over towards B with a little bit of light utility. So all in all, I think the end will be this A bomb site.
Oh, they catch a glimpse of him. Cadian anticipating the wide swing, and oh, he's missed it. Bubsky punishes, and he can get another just like that. Heroic collapse. The B defenders remain, but the site is theirs, and they've got plenty of time to get that bomb down and set up this after plan.
Everyone's favorite four-letter word here of save is going to have to be the call for Heroic. But if you are Zipex, why not keep hunting? Why not keep having a look? You have this MAC-10. Just go see if you can rip anything out of the hands here of Heroic and really devastate them going into the next. They went for the early buy. They went for the second round eco. That's not really what we see these days in the current meta. Not too many teams are opting for that option. They saved for this. They brought out that early AWP, and it even got the opening kill in the round. Now they're left with nothing.
Yeah, but this is going to be very telling that Astralis have come in and definitely got a LAN buff, right? Like, FaZe, as discussed at the desk, clearly as well had that LAN buff, and Astralis 2-0'd them. They're a team people are trying to avoid now, and if you go straight from that into a performance like this against Heroic, you're not only straight to the playoffs, but people are going to start fearing you as they used to.
Yeah, it definitely helps when Dupree's getting 21 kills in the game up until this point, right? He's going beast mode, but everybody else is looking handy too, right? It's the information plays in that first half from some of the players. Zipex was always feeling like he was good for 2 on that B bomb site. So they're delivering across the board here. Bubsky, this is great. Obviously the newest member to this team. He's been there for some time as that 6th man, but now getting that opportunity to play his trade day in, day out.
Yeah, honestly, I think the gaming chair much more comfortable than the bench.
Oh dear. Oh dear, and the seating position he's opted for, I think it's a unique one. We'll have to see. We had JDM's unique sitting position once upon a time. I think Bubsky might be contending for that as more aggressive maneuver out towards the sewer position. Zipex will be able to note that aggression, and now they're pushing underpass.
Ooh, Bubsky was flustered. Lives on. No one to contest him underpass, but this is a lot of ground covered early. And you spoke of Dupree, definitely the highest flyer in the server. And he's looking for his 22nd. The crosshairs, bang on. Plucks them one by one. There's a third perhaps. Cadian, oh, straight away deleted. Dupree with a laser beam in their hands with this M4. And the rest, I'm afraid, Shush is going to be staring at the scenery. Stown the same.
Yeah, and at this point, maybe they do want to rip away what is left. Shush has this Famous, a Deagle for Stown. Zipex is already over towards spawn, so he will be meeting Stown any moment now if he continues to head forward. Both of which holding that W key. Stown around the corner here. He's caught the barrel and caught the frag. This AK would be fantastic to carry on forward. Shush is trying to hide in plain sight down there. Just chilling below the bomb site. It looks like Stown will get away with this. He looks far enough away here from any hunting Astralis members, but that's 12 rounds. And this is a massive problem now for Heroic. This was their map choice. Remember, a lot on the line in this game. Winner of this will go forward in the bracket and face Na'Vi. But not only do they get to face Na'Vi, they're already locked on in for the playoffs going down next weekend. So that matchup against Na'Vi will be one to decide either the semi or the quarterfinals. And that'll be going down tomorrow. Bit of a classic, isn't it? Astralis Na'Vi, 2 massive names, 2 giants of the land.
I mean, that would be the time I'd fully buy into this Astralis land buff. You know, like, yeah, great. FaZe, sure. Heroic, but looking shaky Heroic. If you come in and just take the wind out of Na'Vi's sails, you've done something magical. And for a semi-final spot, no less. Of course, all the fans that tuned out as soon as we online, great stack nades, and that's already going to really sour the tone. Oh, there could be another one here. This could be a 3v5 in this first few seconds. It is. Oh, Heroic not only catching nades, catching more from Dupree as well. Ah, what do you do with that? 3v5 handed to you in the opening 20. you have to make an aggressive maneuver. It looks like they're opting for short. Smoke Monster take that back towards the sewer.
Oh, it could get messy here, I suppose. Cadian in this position. No, actually, no, it's not getting messy. Cadian would have to pull off something absolutely miraculous from here. There's no way.
Oh, like a collateral, perhaps? That's something. Okay. Just like that, completely equalized. And the bomb's down as well. He's going walkabouts, understandably so. Does want to evaporate and reposition.
Definitely a conversation now. I didn't see that one coming.
Neither did Astralis.
Got 35 seconds and he still has the bomb. They need to get a move on here, Astralis.
It can't be Glaive. It just can't be. What's Zipex waiting for? I guess he doesn't know if he's not being held.
I think they want to end B, get the bomb and go B, but they're going to have to get through all three. This is now completely changed.
He's got vision. It should be his any day of the week. What was that from Glaive? He evades completely. Picks up the bomb just around the corner before Cadian or Shush could catch him. I think he's going to get it in time. Does he get around the corner? This is a movement challenge just in the nick of time. Baby sat by Magisk. And now we've got ourselves a 2-on-2. Refresh is so loud about this. Magisk should be able to punish. The bomb's already ticking. If they could isolate Refresh, Cadian's still fanning around on long. They tuck in. 3 from Cadian. And it still may not be enough. Glaive's movement, the determining factor here. Good chance onto Glaive here. Sees his head. Tames the spray. Magisk alone. Baited nicely with the steps. Cadian starting to close the gap. He should have a chance here. And there it is, recovered by Heroic. It was a 3v5 right in the opening, and Heroic will finally put themselves a CT round on the board.
I have no idea. Obviously, the stars had to align there for Cadian to get a double, right? But then the fact that the bomb's down, everything was working in his favor in that moment. That should never have happened, not in a million years. Like, this is how the round kicked off. It's down here with just getting absolutely destroyed. That's the saved AK from the round before. And this is where it all falls apart. So the bombs drop. There's still plenty of time at that point. We just went sub 1 minute. It's just Astralis. They didn't commit to anything there. And then time really became an issue. Okay, well, that's the leader with a big round. Maybe that fires the team up.
It's going to have to. Wants to contest. Tight line held. And it does look like Astralis will be having some presence there. And these double orbs are in play. Posted up on short. Bubski's across. Gets it right. Molotov, oops, sailing out now. Doesn't quite pop as desired. Waiting to see if Heroic will give them anything early here.
It's kind of like Astralis' Inferno, right? Just slow, steady. There was no rush about things. They were just combing through this map territory, and they're doing the same here. Already had a minute on the clock transpire at this point. Oh, and there we go. Stown grabs the first. Zipex walks into the crosshair.
Oh, this bodes very well now for Heroic.
You know there's double AWPs as well. Bomb still very, very passive right here for Astralis. It's all the way back towards spawn. So they will need to pick that one up. We've already seen the clock be an issue for them. Oh, movement flubbed. Second attempt good. Nobody home to find right now.
Holding the right line. But with 25 seconds left, it's who's going to blink first? Dupree's bringing the bomb through. They'll flash for him. All starting to group up, trying to draw attention towards short. Shush is looking at it. Stown though with the AWP. Vision's there. So is the frag. Should be good. Shush down. Looks good though for Astralis. They've got a chance. 2v3. Running out of time. They're getting it in time. Now all onto Magisk. Closing the gap fast as Cadian. Pressure from short as well. Good find. Needs to transfer. It's not far off. But Heroic will make it 9. And Astralis' bank balance is starting to be stretched a little thin. We'll go again.
I am really impressed with how poised Astralis is staying in these super late rounds, and then they're keeping it competitive in a lot of these times. Now, in Inferno, there was a couple of rounds that looked a little bit silly, but in this situation, the bomb goes down, they get a couple of kills, it was back and forth. It's even forced a timeout out here. So Heroic standing and delivering now, and you have to give credit where it is due. Stown had a big round right there. His impact felt 2 consecutive rounds with not that many bodies left over for Heroic, right?
Yeah.
So their money is going to be left on that knife's edge, and that's why the conversation from Astralis here is very important during the timeout. They know exactly that. So this call right now from Glaive Could be the half right here, could be the game right here, because they can still break. Have a look right now, right-hand side of your screen. The money is not fantastic for Heroic whatsoever. If they get obliterated and lose everything here, that's 13 on the board. Not a lot of money. We're talking 2,400 loss bonus in the next.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I was a bit over-dramatic about Astralis' funds as well, but I think I kind of neglected to remember that there was 4 plants back-to-back.
Yeah, lots of stimulation to that.
There's a lot of stimulation. Can't say that with a straight face. Tornaded off, Stown peaks regardless. And just like that, another opening. 2 for 2 from Stown's AWP. It's Astralis that will have to overcome the disadvantage now. Shush is high up on Jail. He will eat that flash unless he goes anti now. Oh, he gets to draw at least one out of the pack. Glaive tagged up as well from Refresh. Should just fall into a formality. Dupree, though, definitely more than capable. We've seen him do it once already in that pistol. Can he once again cause enough chaos to get Astralis' teeth back into round 22?
Bomb's all the way back towards T-spawn again, right? So when they do get to a point of being able to make a decision here, I'm not feeling too confident Astralis can strap this together. Bubsky's been tasked with having to go pick that up. Glaive will have to get past this off angle that Cadian's currently holding. It's a bit of an awkward one here. You also have Stown on the side, so it's the double-pronged AWP A defense.
Feels pretty safe, doesn't it?
Yeah, they get a lot of info from range, right? So Glaive is now working up long, and if he steps out towards that tree,
which he will,
he should go down immediately, yeah? Simple as you like for Cadian, and that formality you were talking about, closer and closer, 30 seconds now. It's down 18 kills. Let's see if he can make that 19. Molly a little bit late. Dupree can push into the site. They know Cadian's towards long. The plant would be nice.
More cash for Astralis to splash. Oh, and a missed shot. Dupree is still kicking around, and you're not. You wouldn't. Yeah, Tessus shuts it down before anything can go too crazy. Bubsky does get the plant, though, and that's something. More stimulation.
And this would be wild here if he could just do damage, right? Because we were talking about that heroic economy. So 2 kills would be beautiful here.
Yeah, and every second that passes becomes more and more of a possibility. 4 players, though. They've got a smoke. They've got the kit. Bubsky looking for damage here. A fake. Does he call the bluff? Starts to unload his mag, and he'll have to go for the repeat. Tessus to defend. Nice find from Bubsky. Stown will shut it down. Just in the nick of time on the defuse. Okay, double digits. Here we go. Heroic 10. And that's 3 in a row from them.
It's definitely close there, right? That defuse wasn't too far off. If he gets that spray transfer, then maybe you have a bit of a conversation about a miracle 1-on-4 round right there from Bubsky. But all those plants leaves Astralis in a position to buy yet again. So another timeout. And that economy's still really not built for Heroic either. You're talking 3,700 at the high end over there for Stown.
Who needs rounds when you can get plants?
Yeah, there's been a lot of them in there.
Yeah, in a row. And 3 in a row from Heroic.
This is the thing, right? For the T side, if you're continuing to get the bomb down and you get to max loss bonus, we're talking 3,400 plus the bomb plant bonus. You're going to be able to buy AKs with utility round after round after round, and you can be constantly threatening. So there's not going to be any easy rounds for Heroic as they continue to win them, right? That loss bonus building with every round that they keep putting on that board. So simple as you like here, Cadian going to grab his 18th kill. Stown and Cadian are having a great game. 19 for Stown, 18 for Cadian. On the other side, it is Dupree. We've already been talking about his prowess on this one. 25 for him at this point. Glaive into that AWP. Here we go again.
Now, what will happen when Stown doesn't find them an opening frag?
Let's see, shall we? He's having a look towards Monster yet again. He's found success here before. They are aware this is in play. Now, well, they definitely should be. Lots of utility thrown out early from both teams, but posturing for what will be a B finish. Astralis early, gearing up. That util shy, nobody home to receive that just yet. Looking like they want to throw a lot of bodies through Monster here. Glaive with a heaven smoke, flashes are going to follow. Here we go.
Strap in. Shush has to extinguish. Blind does so anyway, and it's a nice isolating smoke all the same. They're very early into the site, and the whole squad is here. This could be a brawl. Little gap for him to work with. Bullets are through. Frag is in. Zipex shuts him down, and Refresh is not long for this world either. Double entry from Zipex. Good nade damage. Stown holding the line. A great find just on the edge. Things fall silent for a second. Everyone posted up. No one wants to be the next to fall down. A flash for the swing. A good chance. Even trade. Zipex 3. He's still going, and it's double AWPs right now. Cadian and Stown. It's not ideal. Magisk will be able to plant now. They know Heaven's on a timer. What is that? Down caught out. Zipex 4. He could ace them right now. Cadian to try and deny. Zipex walking straight in. Info and a frag. Cadian needs the next. He could very well hit the wall bang. Magisk trying to exploit and swing. That's nice. Big play from Magisk just to put the cherry on the top. It's Zipex that puts the 13th on the board for Astralis.
Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff from Astralis there. Just keeping that pressure on that B bomb site. It's crazy when it all just stalled on out. Everybody was there just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. And then that little jump peek from Stown, easily punished. And so is Heroic now. This is it. Bottom of the barrel. They have no money left in their bank balance whatsoever. The full investment here. Their loss bonus not looking good whatsoever at this point of the game. Cadian does get the AWP back, and he's even going to go for a peek straight away. Needs to get something out of this. Cannot go down. He doesn't.
Okay, yeah. Suppresses them enough.
This is a really important round here for Heroic in this half. If they lose this, I think that might be the game quickly following. So Cadian's opening right there.
And on the other side of it, of course, Astralis, should they take this, should they overcome the 4v5, they've got an open gate to the playoffs. This would be the right read if they try and dip their toe in the water on shore. Another smoke lands. Wonder what they'll do. Yeah, and the trajectory does imply that they're monster side. Coming in from short, no resistance just yet. Flave wants to challenge this out. Zipex will find him with the spray. It's all onto Shush. Just the deagle, and he stands his ground again. The hero, Heroic need. He finally goes down. And so does Stown. What a shot. Zipex definitely sharp. Not going to hit the head this time. Cadian advancing into the site. You saw Tessus on short. Now we've got 25 seconds left.
Have to go B.
Util at a premium, not a single one. It'll just be bullets now. Bullets and bodies. Great find. Cadian makes it all onto Zipex. Already with 2 to his name. Tessus locking the door behind them. Cadian trying to draw crosshair and attention. 10 seconds. Zipex confirms no one's home. He'd have to hit the reaction. And he has! No, no, no. Safe plant. Cadian should have him. Just walk on it. Eye to the scope. Should have his bottom exposed. Zipex, there's no hope at all. My God, what a shot, though. Heroic will find 11 in the 1v1, a 1vx converted, and a compulsory one from Cadian. He not only opened that round, he closed it as well.
Find yourself holding your breath there in moments like that. The fact Zipex hits that shot on Tessus' flank, it looks like it should be done. It looks like Tessus has absolutely no business in that moment. He hits an absolute banger right there. We've been talking about Dupree. Well, guess who's been quietly getting themselves up to 22? Zipex. He's on the scoreboard in a big way here. Another plant coming in from Astralis. Let's see what that does to their economy. That shot right there, under pressure with the time. And Cadian, yeah, it's still a pressure shot.
Actually,
because if he misses on a jiggle right there, Zipex pulls out. He's able to convert that kill and win a massive round. That's the clutch minister on your screen right there.
Yeah, good discipline from Cadian. I felt like it was a guarantee, but when I'm watching it from his POV, not far from it, actually.
Hard shot to hit, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, this is definitely the business end of the game right here. Having a little bit of a look at the timeouts. We have 1 remaining for Astralis in this map and 2 for Heroic. I think we're finding ourselves in potentially a little bit of a technical timeout here. There's no movement of the players' mouths right now, so that normally paints that picture.
Seeing players type, you know, the ones that play the full, like, vertical keyboard as opposed to horizontal.
Sure.
Seeing them just type in chat, it just
pretty
looks
funky.
Yeah, it just looks like they don't know how to use a computer.
Yeah, it's weird how like everybody has different like stances with keyboards and monitors and stuff. You look at Elige, like he's got that perfect posture as he sits back, the monitor's miles away, and then look at the way Stown's got it done. He's got all his entire arm on the desk, the keyboard there.
I thought the only real like justification for the keyboard like that was from the small desk gang. Like people that grew up on a small desk had to angle the keyboard. What's the alternative?
I think it like, and I know it's going to be the cop-out answer you don't want to hear here, but over my entire career, I've seen a lot of people with that keyboard like that with a lot of space, right? Because you think about it, with all that space, his arm is not hanging off the table.
You can pivot on the elbow.
Right? He is full on the desk, like leaning into it.
As opposed to having that like an arm, no armrest, no support, perhaps.
Yeah, so it's all just that lovely personal preference, everybody. And this music, we all know what it means. Just a bit of a tech issue. We'll get this one sorted ASAP. The people on the ground over there in Cologne, they'll be able to fix this one up. No dramas whatsoever. Hope you're enjoying the match here this evening. I'm sure there's lots of Danes tuning into this one. And I think that they're probably still majority Astralis fans, I would say. You know, even with all the woes that they've gone through, I think Astralis, they fly that flag. They represent Denmark in Counter-Strike without a doubt. And obviously the dramas that have happened with Heroic in recent times as well, I think that maybe smears their name just a little.
Yeah, and seeing Astralis make Heroic sweat so much so here. 16-11 on Inferno. I thought we were seeing the changing of the guard, and this game was going to be backing up that dialogue. Astralis not interested. And some of the names that do the damage for Heroic yet to truly manifest their greatness here at IEM Cologne. Haven't seen anyone that really, you know, like Stown, admittedly, fully land proven in my mind. This guy's just a very capable gamer. It's Shush that's impressed. Yeah. I mean, in terms of impact frags, not only just the numbers, but the impact he's had. He put them in Overpass. We wouldn't be here without Shush. But the Arrest, Tessus, Refresh, a lot to prove. Cadian, admittedly, is in the same category as Stown. Those boys have definitely been pulling their weight at times. The flamboyance perhaps muted a little from Cadian, though.
Yeah, you still see him trying to, but the thing is, when you're playing from behind, it's so much harder, right? Like, when you're getting fired up now as part of this comeback, if we see them draw this up to 13-13, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of it. Now, I'm not too sure how far away we are from getting this tech issue resolved.
How long do you think it will take them to change a monitor? I reckon that's, I'll call it 2 minutes max.
Is this like a tire change, you reckon? Like a monitor's like a tire change in Formula 1 or something?
I do see some similarities, like our pit crew. Yeah. It's just it's not 3.4 seconds or something.
I think we've seen them before, like come in and do the panel swaps as well, where they just, you know, because with certain monitors, you just pop them off, you go pop, and then you pop a new
full panel?
Yeah, you just pop the panel off. There's a couple that have a little bit of a button just there. But this shouldn't be too long. So maybe what we can do, even though this music, it doesn't really help me set the scene, we may as well set the scene of the buys, because we can see everybody's economy and all that jazz right now, and we can start painting this picture, right? So Cadian he's bought an M4, but he has the AWP on the ground. So I believe that M4 is probably going to get dropped across to one of his teammates here, and it needs to be, because Stown's invested, he has a FAMAS, Shush is yet to buy, he's got 4.1, he can buy a rifle for himself. It means that either Refresh or Tessus will be left with an investment of their own, which a FAMAS is fine, they can make that work over there. If you're taking a little bit of a look for Astralis' money, this is where there are more questions, or at least more answers required. Glaive has 4K and 4.5 for the likes of Bubsky, 4.2 for Zipex. Those individuals right there can all buy AKs, and that might just be enough to get them to go for another gun round here, knowing that the economy is yet to be established for Heroic. So we've been having this discussion for the better part of the last 5 rounds of how important the money situation is. With Heroic not being able to build a bank, with the closeness of these rounds and Astralis holding them to plant, constantly having to do these retakes, having very few members survive time and time again, Astralis is still in the power position. It might not seem that way. 4 out of the last 5 in the favor of the CT side, but just 1 round is really all they need, right? That's very fickle right now.
Just been updated that apparently the monitor is not the only thing being changed out, a computer as well.
Oh, okay.
Will be added some extra time to it, and I think perhaps we have the opportunity to take a very short break. You guys can grab yourselves a water, grab yourself a snack, and perhaps prepare yourselves for Heroic being thrust to the lowers or a Vertigo to separate these two. It's all coming up just a moment, just changing out the hardware, and we'll be right back to continue Astralis Heroic.
It's just the way we live. We own it. 'Cause stop, we love the thrill. We know it. It's just the way we live. We're grown-up kids. Just the way we live.
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we getting high tides. I'm getting my prize. Only thing my eyes is locked in on, $500,000 mine. I want it right now. Don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and tears bring water to my eyes. 'Cause the whole gang winning. I done gave my life. Odds low, but we did it, ain't we? And we always moving, never on the same thing. Now our lives are highlight reel. We like the thrill. This life's ideal. The hype is real.
We know it. It's just the way we live. We own it. 'Cause stop, we love the thrill. We know it. It's just the way we live. We're grown-up kids. We know it. It's just the way we live. We own it. 'Cause stop, we love the thrill. We know it. It's just the way we live. We're grown-up kids. We're grown-up kids. In the dark, stone cold, sinking deeper. We are
Back in business. Astralis heroic 13-11. We appreciate your patience. Got everything sorted out. Some hardware chopped and changed. And what a game on Overpass it's been so far. A story of economy management, a story of Shush bailing them out. Some collaterals on the AWPs have put heroic in contention of their map pick. And you can see that eventually we're going to be seeing if that CT economy can continue to withhold. It is just about the breaking point, the tipping point. I've got Chad Burchill, who's been setting that scene previously.
Jakey, give us a refresh of the HUD, could you, mate? Thank you, buddy. All right. Everything's sorted, everything's honky-dory, and you can see the buy of heroic. It is still a little bit broken there, but the same for Astralis. So a pivotal round here, round number 25 might be one to remember. And who ends up picking up map number 2?
They are doing a contact walk toilet, so I'm not going to speak too soon. Bobsky cannot afford to go down. He sticks around. He's brave. He wants the contact, and that's going to force a rotate, you'd imagine. Already Bloodshed, if they do the contact walk, spotted out. Do they accelerate on this? They might have to. Going straight in. It's Tessus. It's time to shine. Good night. The A site's open for business, and just like that, Astralis might very well make it 14.
Oh dear, that economy on the CT side has been so fragile right now. If you're Astralis and you've been able to walk into the site for free like this, it might even be worth your weight in gold here to go for the hunt. You know that you need these guns for the remainder of the game, but if you can take this away from heroic now, you absolutely break them. It's 1,400 as the loss bonus going into the next round.
Oh, good point. They're even flashing for him. He might be able to hide at least. Tucked in. They clear him. Nice find again, Shush. At least keeps his rifle safe. And they'll be able to hide it out. Takes the AK upgrade. And these three are just the hottest property for heroic right now. They need to keep everything, and it looks like they will.
Yeah, look, you can always understand this from both sides here. There's only going to be 3 players holding onto these guns. The upgrade's not going to be hugely possible, and the money doesn't exist for Astralis either. So them keeping their rifles just as important. But how are they going to make this one work here, heroic? You know, they can definitely try and bolster Tessus and Refresh, and they're going to have to. The scoreline currently sits at 14-11. They lose this one without an investment behind it. They're not going to have enough of a loss bonus to buy anyway. So there's the purchases coming on in. You can see an MP9 being dropped across. What goodies do they have in store for Tassus? Looks like someone's dropped him potentially a deagle. We'll wait and see what he picks up. Yes, indeed, it will be. This is it. This is it. This is it for Heroic.
Whoa, okay. And already 1-0 up to the good. Astralis 2 rounds away. Heroic potentially to be thrust to the lower bracket here. Josh sails on up to his jungle. Try again to his jail position.
Could have been a jungle gym.
Could have been a jungle gym, certainly. I was never any good at those monkey bars. They're lining up for the monster re-smoke, so they are going to lock Astralis out. Tessa's just waiting for his cue, making sure he's got it right.
Yeah, just on the bottom of the sandbag there makes things a bit easier for Stound to mount on up and clear that one out. That jump peak as well, but a little bit too early as, wow, Bubsky quickly thrust forward up towards this sandbag position. Might even just be faking out the steps here because with a minute on the clock, there's still no indication, as per usual with Astralis, where they want to end. It's just default after default. Another smoke towards Monster that will deny Zipex. Glaive's taken some liberties over towards the party here. A lot of room for him to work with and a lot of pressure on Katie, and you can see he's the lone man aggressive over towards A. Tassus is on the side, but he's miles away. He cannot assist whatsoever.
Yeah, and I wonder if Dupree will be the first to clear. Cadian, will you consider it? Baits the shot, Zipex, great jiggle. Does manage to punish Bubsky. He's got so many targets to deal with, though. Dupree's awaiting his return.
Back turn.
Yeah, too easy. I spoke too soon. Just about gets it down. But that's the AWPer. And Tess is already tagged with his deagle. He has to convert the first shot. He does not. Does bang through the box. Denies the plant. 10 seconds. Magisk has a lot to do. Looks like Heroic are recovering. Good find on the AK. Has to be planting now. Options just not there. And the round will fall apart. The clock shuts him down. 3 bullets left. Good taps, and he lives on.
Oh, you can see that right there. The scramble to find them an extra rifle ends up in a death there, but the understanding of needing a better gun, you can get it, you can click with it, but that one got dicey, and you have to really point all your credit to Tessa spamming through the box. How often do you see players go for that and it never pays off?
The only way they were going to be able to deny that. Everything else was defended. He peeks out on this flash. He gets info on that one player to contest, and he knows he can't swing again. The only way to force them off that bomb was through the box, and that was a great... They snatched that away.
Another lifeline for Heroic. That's all it's been. And Katie, and this aggression, this is mental. UMP in hand.
Look at the minimap. He's on his own little island with the entire enemy team. They suspect, and Glaive is coming round to knock his head off. Cadian down, now forced to watch as potentially his squad are tested early. Dupree chasing a 30 bomb here in regulation. Straight in, info. Tessa spotted out, same spot as before, a better weapon. Dupree focused entirely on Tessa's great find on the FAMAS. He is not going down without a fight. A flash high for one more engagement. Does have a chance. Glaive will take Bubsky with him. I think Tessus gets that one in consideration. Refresh is already caught. And now the bomb can go down. Shush, you've had so much impact for Heroic. I think a 1v3 is they're asking too much of you. That's the info. Will take Magisk. May not expect a second though. Shadow, I think. No, doesn't confirm it. Suspects Bank. They doubled up on Optimus as well, so the unknown entity bomb is ticking. No kit.
There's one near the bomb.
There is. 2, in fact. He can work with this. Oh, tight line. He's not dead yet. 10 HP, still sticking around. Chances dwindle, though. Astralis just hold their nerve, hold their spots. And as that bomb confirms it, it will be 15. The sound cues reveal they can retreat. And now Heroic are staring down the barrel of 15.
Must have heard a sound cue there. There's no way, right, that Cadian in that position is hard cleared like that. So they must have heard a sound cue on him pushing up and through. So that's a devastating opening for the in-game leader to give up to Glaive on the other side of things. And you can just see that rally of rounds. Since 23 onwards, it's been back and forth. And Heroic, well, they are limping right now. It's going to be a scout board in, some deagles around it, the saved AK-47. They don't have a lot to work with here, and they still need 3 more just to take us to overtime. That's how it opened and almost how it finished right there, because Tessus did his best to defend, but the cavalry too far away, isolated by great utility, and it's just a scrappy buy. Did another miracle round, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to stick around much longer.
He is.
Get tapped, and there he goes. 2 opening deaths for Casper, Cady, and Muller. Essus with a response, and it's just damage. Can't finish his meal. This is falling apart. Heroic. No real voice in this final round of play. Shush, perhaps, with his AK, that's the best bet, but Astralis are in no rush, no hurry at all.
This is looking like vintage Astralis in the sense of not dropping any maps. They are just rolling through this right here, and another one offers himself up, down into the crosshair of Dupree. He's hit that magic number of 30, and just 2 more kills to find. Refresh, your toes get hot, he has to move, and a minute on the clock, that's all they have left. This is looking done for Heroic.
Yeah, 100% win rate on 4 different maps so far. Just Shush and Refresh. And only Refresh on this site. They're not even committing the bomb here. They're just going to go a full clear. I think he sees his toes. He knows. Or does he? Refresh, perfect timing. Surprises him, but still controls the spray. And Astralis looking to maintain that same LAN form. Cadian said they haven't played LAN in a year and a half. Well, straight back to their winning ways, it seems. Astralis just looking for Shush. And the Kings of Denmark sit happily on their throne. There it is. They're off to the playoffs. Astralis locked in. Only the upper bracket. An untarnished record. And Heroic are going to have to battle through the lower bracket if they want to join them in that playoff.